In just one decade, over 750,000 people moved to Arizona, and more keep coming every day. That's like adding a whole city the size of Denver. But here's the strange part. They're all moving into a place known for scorpions, rattlesnakes, tarantulas, blazing heat, and barely any rain. A place where summer temperatures can get so high, car taillights melt, street signs bend, and people end up in emergency rooms from heat stroke. Phoenix, the state capital, just had 31 days in a row over 110 degrees and hit 119 more than once. On top of that, over 80% of the state is dry land, either semi-arid or full-blown desert. And yet, Arizona now ranks among the fastest growing states in America, with over 7.2 million people calling it home. Phoenix alone has grown into the fifth largest city in the US, with nearly 1.7 million residents. So, how did this harsh, sun-scorched land become one of the most popular places to live in the country? In this video, we'll take a closer look at why so many people are moving to Arizona and what it means for the future of the Grand Canyon state. History. To understand why so many people live in Arizona today, we need to look back, especially at the years around World War II. In 1939, right before the war began, Arizona's population was only about 484,000. But by the time the war ended in 1945, it had grown by nearly 23%. That kind of jump wasn't just chance. During the war, the US government built military bases and defense sites all across Arizona. Soldiers, engineers, and support workers were suddenly stationed here, many of them seeing the desert for the first time. At the same time, industries tied to the war effort, especially copper mining, took off. Arizona holds some of the largest copper deposits in the world, and the war created massive demand for metal. Then there was the Hoover Dam. Built in 1936 on the Arizona-Nevada border, it provided water and electricity to the growing Southwest. During the war, that power helped run defense factories in California, making the dam a strategic asset. To protect it, the government increased its presence in the region, and its importance only grew from there. So by the time peace returned, Arizona wasn't just a desert anymore. It was a place with jobs, infrastructure, and a growing connection to the rest of the country. Arizona's modern economic boom. Arizona's economy today is one of the strongest in the country, and it's growing fast. In just 1 year, the state committed to creating over 24,000 new jobs, with average wages close to $96,000. Since 2011, Arizona has brought in over 1,300 businesses, creating more than 300,000 quality jobs and drawing in nearly $200 billion in new investment. These jobs aren't just in one field either. Arizona has built a wide mix of industries, from healthcare and high-tech to advanced manufacturing and even quantum computing. Big names are moving in, like Mayo Clinic, which is spending nearly $2 billion to grow its Phoenix camp, creating thousands of new healthcare jobs. In tech, companies like Axon, Quantum Computing Inc., and Taiwan Semiconductor are setting up shop here, turning parts of Arizona into modern hubs for chips, software, and AI. Even manufacturing is booming again, with firms building everything from electric car parts to battery systems to semiconductor equipment in cities like Casa Grande and Mesa. This kind of economic variety means people aren't just coming for one type of job, they're coming for opportunity. And with good wages, lower costs, and a business-friendly climate, Arizona keeps rising to the top of the list for workers and companies alike. Climate and diverse outdoor lifestyle. Arizona's climate is one of its biggest attractions. It gets over 300 days of sunshine a year, and in the winter, daytime temperatures usually stay between the mid-60s and low 70s. That's a major reason why so many people come here to escape the cold and snow in other parts of the country. The dry air and low humidity also help people who struggle with damp, chilly weather. In the winter months, older adults can enjoy walking, golfing, gardening, and going to outdoor festivals without worrying about icy sidewalks or freezing wind. But Arizona offers more than just warmth. It has a surprising variety of landscapes. The Sonoran Desert is popular for hiking and birdwatching, while mountain towns like Flagstaff, sitting at 7,000 feet, offer skiing and snow in winter. Places like the Grand Canyon and Saguaro National Park give people even more reason to get outside and explore. Still, the heat can be dangerous, and it's getting worse. In 2023, Maricopa County reported 645 heat-related deaths, which made up over half of all such deaths in the U.S. By 2024, Phoenix saw temperatures over 100 degrees Fahrenheit for nearly 30% of the year. And in cities, the concrete and asphalt trap heat, adding up to 5 extra degrees, a problem known as the urban heat island effect. Because of this, more people are spending summers in cooler mountain areas. A place you can still afford. It's still one of the more affordable places to live, especially when you compare it to other fast-growing states. Sure, prices have gone up, but when you look at cities like Los Angeles or New York, Arizona still feels like a bargain. In Phoenix, for example, the average home costs about $412,000. That's a lot, but it's still far below Los Angeles, where homes average over $900,000, or New York, where it's more than $700,000. Even though Arizona's home prices are a bit above the national average, most families here make enough to still afford a house, and that's key. The average income in Arizona is around $77,000, and many people can manage a mortgage close to $1,900 a month, which keeps homeownership within reach. Plus, Arizona offers options. Cities like Tucson and Prescott have lower prices than Phoenix or Scottsdale, so people can find a home that fits their budget. And it's not just housing, groceries, gas, and utility bills are often cheaper here than in high-cost coastal states. That means folks moving from places like California often feel like their money goes further in Arizona. So while it might not be the cheapest state, Arizona hits a sweet spot, not too expensive, not too cheap, but just right for middle-class families looking to settle down. A favorite place to retire. A big reason so many people move to Arizona is simple. They come to retire. Between 2010 and 2020, most of the new people moving in were ages 55 and older. Nearly half of Arizona's retirees moved here after turning 55, many from colder states. These folks are often healthier, more active, and more independent than you might expect, and they bring steady income and spending with. Arizona also gets a wave of seasonal visitors called snowbirds, people who live in cold places most of the year, then come to Arizona during the winter to enjoy the warm weather. They stay for a few months, rent homes, go out to eat, and support local business. What brings retirees and snowbirds here? Warm weather, lower costs, good hospitals, and safe neighborhoods. Many settle in retirement communities where they can be social, stay active, and still be close to things like doctors, airports, and shopping. This steady stream of older adults has helped shape Arizona into one of the top places to retire in the U.S. Low taxes, big attraction. Another reason people move to Arizona, the taxes are low for both regular folks and business. Starting in 2023, Arizona made a big change. Everyone now pays the same flat income tax rate, just 2.5%. That's one of the lowest in the country, especially compared to states like California or New York, where people pay much more. For people moving from high-tax states, this means they get to keep more of their money each year. Arizona also makes it easier for business. There's no tax on commercial rent, which is a big deal for companies opening offices or stores. Plus, many everyday things like groceries and healthcare aren't taxed at all. Even online sellers from out of state now have to follow the same tax rules, making it fairer for local businesses. All these smart tax rules help attract tech companies, factories, and new startups, which means even more jobs for the people moving here. And thanks to these taxes, Arizona also puts money into things people care about, like schools and local services, without charging too much. In short, Arizona's tax system is simple, fair, and one of the many reasons why it keeps growing so fast. Education. Arizona may not rank high when it comes to K-12 schools, but when it comes to universities, it's a different story. Arizona State University and the University of Arizona are two of the biggest in the country, with over 100,000 students combined. ASU is especially known for its innovation and strong online program, while the University of Arizona in Tucson is a top public research school. But here's what's really important. A lot of those students stay in Arizona after they graduate. That means the state isn't just training young people, it's keeping them. And that helps businesses grow too. Arizona also has affordable community colleges, plus schools that focus on nursing, healthcare, and technical jobs, training people for careers in fields that are always hiring. Good people, peaceful living. You might hear that folks here keep to themselves, but once you talk to a few locals, especially in smaller towns, you'll see they're warm, welcoming, and full of stories. It's the kind of place where a quick hello can turn into a 40-minute conversation. And with so many outdoor hobbies like golfing, hiking, and kayaking, it's easy to make new friends. Arizona isn't just a state, it often feels like a tight-knit community. It also helps that much of the state is pretty safe. Sure, like anywhere, some areas have more crime, but many towns are peaceful. Some folks even leave their doors unlocked. That sense of safety makes daily life feel easier. You can relax, go for a walk, or sit outside in the evening without worry. So, there you have it. From warm weather and job opportunities to friendly folks and peaceful towns, Arizona has a lot more going for it than just desert and heat. It's not perfect, but for millions of people, it's the place they've chosen to call home. Thanks so much for spending time with us today. If you've ever lived in Arizona or thought about moving there, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments below. We'll see you next time.